How does the spine work? And what kind of forces act on it in a typical day? What can you do to help prevent back pain and minimize the stress that is placed on your spine? Hi, I'm Dr. Maria Conley, and I'd like to talk to you about the precisely engineered design of the human spine and the forces that act on it when you sit, stand, sleep, or lift an object. The human spine is a beautiful structure. It allows humans to stand upright against the force of gravity. In other words, the spine allows your body to be stiff and resistant to bending or collapse. Although we typically equate the spine with the vertebral column, it is actually the entire integrated structure, starting with the spinal cord, which is housed inside the bony vertebral column. The bones of the vertebral column are held together by ligaments and are further stabilized by several layers of muscle. These ligaments and muscles connect the curved upright spine to the pelvis below, which acts as a force generator for locomotion. Throughout the typical day, our spine is subjected to several different forces. Forces that act on the spine include your body weight, tension in the paraspinal muscles, and any external loads that are carried by your hands. While you are standing, your body weight acts in front or anterior to the spine, creating a forward bending load. Think of a crane lifting a shipping container as an analogy. The paraspinal muscles provide a stabilizing counterforce to ensure that you don't fall over. The unique curvature of the spine ensures that the load is distributed equally. Forces acting on the spine are quantified in newtons. For example, 1 kilogram or 2.2 pounds is equal to 9.8 newtons of force. When the vertical force of body weight acts on the curved spine, it has components of compressive and shear force. Compressive force usually acts on the long axis of the spine. Shear force acts at a right angle to the compressive force. Shear forces cause a vertebra to slide forward, backwards, or sideways. The force of gravity is felt differently at various levels of the spine. For example, 55% of your body weight acts on the fifth lumbar vertebra, while only 7% of your body weight acts on the first cervical vertebra. Higher loading on the lumbar spine and in your low back causes degeneration and pain. However, gravity only represents a small fraction of the total force that acts on the spine during physical activity. Actually, most of the force on your vertebral column is generated by tension in contracting muscles that surround the spine. Because muscles are so close to the vertebral column, they are able to exert a large amount of force on it. In contrast, external compressive forces are further away from the spine and often do not exert as much force because they act over a longer lever arm. When speaking of external forces, we're usually talking about the weight of the body that the spine must hold up against gravity. Because of the high amount of muscle force that can be generated, your spine can be subjected to a great deal of stress. Even when bending over to pick up very light objects, such as a pencil from the floor. This concept also explains why it's safer to lift a heavy object as close to your body as you can in order to minimize the counterforce that your paraspinal muscles have to generate in order to keep you upright while you're lifting. So you're always having to work against the force of gravity, essentially. Additional forces act on the spine when your body is quickly accelerating or decelerating. And this is why you shouldn't lift, especially a heavy object, quickly. It's important to be aware of the amount of force that you're putting on your spine in various positions throughout the day, and even when performing certain exercises. Your body must keep your spine upright, not only when lifting your body weight, which is a compressive force, but also when your spine bends or rotates from side to side, we call this torsion. Some of the most unhealthy positions for the spine involve prolonged flexion or forward bending, flexion with twisting, like you might do when you're golfing, you're leaning over and twisting. Exposure to prolonged vibration, as could occur when driving long distance, and when lifting heavy objects quickly and far away from the body. All of these movements generate high forces on the spine and greatly increase risk for spinal injury. It is possible to measure the total compressive force acting at any level in the spine by inserting a pressure-sensitive needle into an intervertebral disc. In a healthy subject, the total compressive force on the L4 to L5 disc varies from 31 pounds while lying face down to more than 440 pounds or 2,000 newtons in the stooped standing position. When lifting a 70-pound object from the ground, the total compressive force in the spine can be anywhere from 550 pounds to 1,100 pounds. It's a lot of force on your spine. The speed at which your spine moves also makes a difference. The peak load can increase by more than 60% when you lift an object quickly when compared to lifting it slowly. Next, we'll discuss the unique anatomy of the spine and how different parts of the spine bear compressive loads while keeping your body upright against the force of gravity. Thank you for listening. I hope that this has been helpful for you.